This is Lisa Baxter, your girl around town that gets the 411 on dialysis and kidney failure. Today's show is about family members who take care of family members that's on dialysis. So I want you to tune in, I want you to come close, and I want you to understand where we coming from today. And you're going to learn a lot. Trust me. Come on. Sitting on the couch with me, I have Juan Nishon Bravo Jr. And today he'll be answering some of my questions. How you doing, Juan?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm good. And I hate to tell you girls, this is my nephew. He's not single, but this is my nephew. And he's coming on my show to talk with me, and y'all going to learn something. So look and don't touch. What's going on?
Nothing much. I know today's segment is about family members who are assisting family members with polycystic kidney disease and who are on dialysis.
True.
And I'm here to inform about that.
Okay. So we're gonna jump right into it. How about that?
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Tell me something about home dialysis. I remember you did something with home dialysis for my sister, Lisa.
Okay, yes. A while back, a few years ago actually, I trained for home hemodialysis.
Okay.
And I trained for home hemodialysis. I went for the training 3 times a week during the normal time period that my mother would have had dialysis.
Okay. So home hemodialysis is when they doing it at home, because I go to the center myself for dialysis.
Right.
And I don't choose to do it at home. I'm not comfortable with that.
Right.
But you tell me some more about that.
Well, just to clarify, it's home hemodialysis dealing with the blood, and not to be confused with peritoneal dialysis, which is also usually done at home.
Okay.
For the home hemodialysis, I train, like I said, 3 times a week. At the usual time, she would be at the dialysis center. We had a nurse who was assigned to us.
Okay.
It didn't change. She presided over the time period, and she instructed me on what to do. At first, I would just watch her.
Okay.
And then she showed me what to do, and slowly she integrated me into, performing the tasks I would have to perform at home.
Was that hard? Did you have a hard time with it?
You know what? Surprisingly, it was not difficult. I thought it might have been, but it wasn't for me because personally, I have already had experience with peritoneal dialysis, doing it at home with my mother.
Okay.
So, and also, I'm just used to being around things like that in the medical field and stuff.
Well, let's just say one thing. When you're doing hemodialysis, you usually do it in a fistula. I have a fistula. You do it in a fistula, or you can do it in a graft, or you might do it in the groin, or you might do it here in a catheter. But in peritoneal, it's done through the stomach,
Yes.
the navel cavity part.
Yes, in that area.
Okay. Well, why did you decide to do it, and then why did you decide not to do it? Because you started out doing it. Tell me a little about that.
Okay, what got us into doing it? My mother, Desmond, she has a sister who was also doing home hemodialysis.
Uh-huh.
She got trained for it. Her husband was trained for it as well.
Okay.
And they were doing it, and she was very satisfied with it. She would tell my mom that, she would be most comfortable because she'd already be at home amongst her family members.
She did love it.
Yes. And it's just very comfortable experience instead of being in a cold, sterile dialysis center with a bunch of strangers or friends.
Yeah.
But it's just a lot more comfortable.
Okay. Well, look. Okay, you decide to do it, and you did it. And then all of a sudden, what changed your mind to change your mind about doing it? You're not doing it now. What happened?
Okay, when I was training for it, I was also co-training with my father.
Okay.
And we had some issues where we weren't sure that he would be able to continue assisting me after the training was over.
Okay.
Yes. So I had you know, I was a little apprehensive about doing it alone because um, home hemodialysis is much different than peritoneal dialysis, where it is the peritoneal dialysis, it deals with saline solution and fluid going in and out, and if there's an emergency, you could always just go to the hospital and they can help you.
Yeah.
But with home hemodialysis, if something did go wrong, it's dealing with the blood, and if the blood is exposed to air, it begins to coagulate, and you can't put it back into the person, and all these kinds of scary situations. Yeah, it was very frightening. And the thought of having to face all of that alone, honestly, I just couldn't handle it. And yeah, it was rough because unfortunately during training we had some incidents where
yeah, I heard about the training.
Yeah, during the training we had some incidents, and you know there was incidents where blood, you know, would spout and all over the place, and you know it was part of the learning process. But you know, just the thought of being at home and there's no nurse around or doctor around to help me.
You got to tell me, I know that's right.
Yes, so that ultimately discouraged us from continuing the process.
Okay. Well, that's a valid reason. That's why I didn't want to do it. I didn't do it. I didn't want, you know, Mitch works all day, and then I want him to come home and have to do dialysis with me. We both tired. We might both make a mistake. There's nobody else around. At the center, I like being friendly. I like meeting people and going around to the center, you know, because I'm an advocate there anyway. So I like the center. I'm comfortable there.
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable in my own house doing that. I'm comfortable doing everything else, but not that.
Yeah, I mean, if I ever had to be on dialysis, I don't think I'd choose home, hemo, or even peritoneal because it's just the security of a dialysis center. If anything were to go wrong, there are several technicians, nurses, doctors who would all come to your aid and help you.
Yeah.
But you're home alone, just you and maybe one other person, or more people who aren't even trained to help you, who don't know what to do. Yeah. It's just a very scary situation.
I believe you. Because blood make you freeze right there.
Yes.
That you can just stop you in your tracks sometimes, even with the, you know, the most person with a lot of experience,
yes.
You know?
And at that time, you can't afford to freeze.
Not at all. Not at all. Somebody's life is in your hands. And
yes.
That's a big responsibility for anybody. And it would be hard to forget.
Yes.
God forbid anything happen. What are some of your challenges, moving away from that, but what are some of your challenges that's dealing with your mother on dialysis, or even myself, because you don't live with me, but you deal with me, right. You deal with your other aunts on dialysis as well, and but what are your challenges? We'll start with your mother first.
Some of the challenges with my mom, I would say trying to assist her with her diet.
Okay, I heard you talk about that.
Yes.
You always say she's bad with that.
Yeah, she could always be better. Like her, what they call the report card, you know, showing like her levels of phosphorus and potassium in her blood and stuff like that. Her number.
She didn't tell me that. Okay.
They're always okay.
Make a call now.
Yeah,
okay.
You gotta make a phone call.
Yeah.
They can always. I always felt like it'd be better because my mom has a habit of just, you know, kind of eating whatever she wants, and when the report card comes back and it's okay, she's like, well, I can keep, you know, eating whatever I want.
You know her well.
Yes. So that's definitely one of the challenges. Another one of the challenges I would say is the
fluid.
Not, you know, in the past it has been fluid.
Oh, she's better with that.
She is better with that. Some scares I might have had that were challenging. When she would retain extra fluid and she would have to be rushed to the hospital.
Oh, you can't breathe when you have extra
fluid?
Yes,
it's like drowning, but without being submerged in water, which is an even scarier concept because it's inside.
Oh, yeah. That's why they put the respirator down the throat. That's why I don't try to overdrink. I try to pay attention. I try to pay attention.
You have to. And one other instance that was pretty devastating, her access, where her fistula was, it actually burst open on more than one occasion, and I had a very difficult time trying to, you know, maintain pressure to stop the bleeding. If you could imagine, there was buckets of blood all over the home. It was a very difficult and scary situation, but like I said, it also happened more than one occasion. But,
I can feel the chills about that.
But thank God I had other people there to assist me and help me.
Well, that's good. That's good. And you need like that kind of people or family around that's willing to jump in when things get rough or
Yes.
tough or even hard.
Yeah.
Even hard. Now, we're going to change lanes a little bit, and I'm
Okay.
going to ask you about the two foundations that I know that you go to the walks. I go to the walks, you go to the walks, Mitch goes to the walk, a couple of our family members go to the walk. Now, the PKD walk, the polycystic kidney disease walk, what made you walk for that? And then,
Well, I first heard about the walk through a family member, my Aunt Lisa.
that's me. Yeah.
Yes, she's been talking about it for years, and just how I interact with polycystic kidney disease. Many members of my family have it. I get myself checked out annually, and I'm blessed not to have it. So I thought that instead of celebrating this fact by ignoring it, going on with my life, then I would try to raise some awareness about it, find out what more I can know about it, and how I can help others.
I like that. I like that. Okay, the National Kidney Foundation. So what made you go to that walk?
For similar reasons.
Okay.
I know that there are other diseases that afflict the kidneys that cause kidney failure. So I also thought I'd lend my time and awareness toward that cause as well. It's all a struggle, and we're all in it together.
That's one of the reasons why I walk too. I raise money when I walk. I raise awareness when I walk. I learn something. I meet different people. I network. And every year it just gets better and better with both of those foundations. I wish more people know about it, but we're going to do it. That's another segment that we're going to do another time. Now, I would like to talk to you about your documentary.
Yes. I accumulated footage from both of the walks this year, the Polycystic Kidney Disease Walk and the National Kidney Foundation Walk. I filmed at both events, and I'm actually going to put together a documentary to raise awareness and showcase, me, my life, and, the walks as well.
Oh, good. I was glad to be one of the persons that you interviewed, and I was glad to be able to tell my story and talk about my books and my issues, because I've been on dialysis almost 10 years. And even though I'm waiting on the list for a kidney, I really felt good and close to see you take on that project and like bite into it with your teeth, and you went for it. I was very, very, very proud. Yeah. It's like when you graduated college, I was still proud. Still proud of you up to this time. Last but not least, one of the things I want to ask you is that you went to one of your friends. He had something, and he had you speak at something.
Right,
Elaborate on that. Yes, showcase.
Yes, he had a showcase with several music artists.
Okay.
That he knows from his town, Valley Stream. My friend Picasso's site. Yes, he invited me to co-host the event, and he gave me actually a segment of about 5 minutes to speak about polycystic kidney disease and raising awareness about it.
Wow. Isn't that something? You go someplace, you go dance, you go have some fun, and then somebody brings a serious thing out there. What I like about it is that they gave them food for thought, and they gave them a chance to think about it. Whether they wanted to or like it, that's one thing, but at least he gave you the opportunity and chance, and you did it. And you did it. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Very good thing. Very good thing. Now, if you had to speak to a family member, okay, this family member, they're out there, and they're dealing with this dialysis person on dialysis that's upset. They don't want to go to the treatment, whatever the problem is, because we have a lot of different issues. We get upset, we get scared, we get depressed, we get tired of going to dialysis. We don't want to hear no more instructions. We just don't want to hear it. We tired of the pain, this and that. What would you say to the family member that had to do with that difficult dialysis patient? What would you say to them?
I would say, above all things, have patience and compassion. It's not easy to understand what someone is going through when they're going through it. No matter how much sympathy or empathy you may have for them, you're not going to understand the process of being poked and prodded and having your blood taken out and put back in, and just all the